In the heart of Windmere, a quaint town known for its enchanting springtime bloom of cherry blossoms, Ellie lived a life colored by petals and paint. A budding botanical artist and the only daughter of a florist, she spent her days tending to her family's flower shop, where the scent of fresh blooms filled the air and her own canvases hid in the back room, often neglected for more pressing duties. Her dream to travel and paint the world's rarest flowers felt as distant as the lands she longed to explore. One crisp spring morning, as the town awoke under a blanket of pink blossoms, a stranger walked into Ellie's life, his arrival as sudden as the spring storm that followed him. Jonah, with his worn leather backpack and a camera that hung from his neck like a talisman, was a traveler whose stories spanned continents. His eyes, keen with the curious spirit of a seasoned explorer, quickly noticed the detailed flower sketches that Ellie had placed somewhat shyly in the corner of the shop. Struck by the beauty of Ellie's work, Jonah introduced himself, asking about her art more than the flowers in the shop. Ellie, usually reserved with strangers, found herself opening up to Jonah, sharing her sketches and the stories behind each one. Jonah listened, genuinely interested, his own life's tales weaving seamlessly with hers. He talked of the places he had seen, places that Ellie had only ever encountered in her books and dreams. As the cherry trees outside swayed with the wind, Jonah proposed an idea to spend the day capturing Windmere's beauty together. He threw his lens, and she threw her brush. Ellie hesitated, mindful of her responsibilities, yet the allure of sharing her passion with someone who understood it was too tempting to resist. Their days spent among the blossoms turned into evenings spent over cups of tea, discussing art, life, and dreams. Jonah's views on the world, so vibrant and unbounded, inspired Ellie to rethink her own constraints. Before long, their companionship blossomed into a tender affection, nurtured by shared confidences and laughter under the spring sky. One evening, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink to match the cherry blossoms, Jonah and Ellie found themselves at the oldest tree in Windmere. There, amidst the falling petals, they made a promise to each other, no matter where life took them, they would pursue their dreams. For Ellie, it meant painting the flora of distant lands. For Jonah, it was capturing the world through his lens, perhaps with Ellie by his side. But as the season of blossoms neared its end, so too did Jonah's stay in Windmere. With a heavy heart, Ellie faced the looming goodbye, torn between her roots in Windmere and the adventurous life Jonah offered. The last day arrived all too soon, and under the same cherry tree where they had made their promise, they shared a farewell as bittersweet as the spring itself. Ellie watched as Jonah walked away, his figure gradually disappearing among the trees, his departure marking the end of their spring chapter, but perhaps the beginning of something else, something that stretched beyond the horizon, calling her to follow. Summer unfurled in Windmere with an abundance of sunlight and blooms, but for Ellie, the bright days only deepened the shadows of her solitude. Since Jonah's departure, the flower shop felt larger and quieter, her art more a solace than ever before. As she filled her days arranging bouquets and her evenings painting in the soft light of dusk, Ellie's thoughts often wandered to Jonah. His words, like seeds, had taken root in her heart, urging her to grow beyond the confines of her familiar world. Encouraged by her parents, who noticed her wistful glances at the maps hanging behind the counter, Ellie made a life-changing decision. With a mixture of trepidation and excitement, she decided to leave Windmere for the first time to chase her dream of painting the world's rarest flowers. This bold step was both a pursuit of her own aspirations and a way to honor the promise made to Jonah. Ellie's journey began in the lush gardens of England, where roses bloomed with a history as deep as their roots. With each flower she painted, She imagined Jonah discovering similar beauty through his lens somewhere in the world. Her path led her next to the vibrant tulip fields of the Netherlands, each bulb bursting into color like a painter's palette come to life. Though each destination was breathtaking, Ellie's heart ached with a loneliness that not even the most stunning scenery could fill. Meanwhile, Jonah's travels had taken him across Asia, capturing landscapes and lives through his camera. Yet, no matter the beauty that filled his viewfinder, his photos seemed incomplete without Ellie to share in the wonder. Her absence was a gap that sunlight could not fill, her laughter a memory that echoed in the quiet moments between his shots. Realizing that his journey meant little without her, Jonah felt a pull back to Windmere, back to Ellie. Back in Windmere, as Ellie returned home with canvases filled with the world's beauty and a heart filled with mixed emotions, their reunion was inevitable. The summer's end brought them back together under the familiar boughs of the cherry trees, now heavy with fruit. Their greeting was a tapestry of joy, relief, and the unspoken fear that their individual paths might have led them too far apart. As they shared stories of their travels, showing each other the world through their art and photographs, Ellie and Jonah realized how deeply they had changed. The question hung between them like the late summer's last blooms. Could the roots they once shared still nourish their growing dreams? Ellie feared that the very journeys that had brought them back together might also have sown seeds of divergence too deep to overcome. Yet, as they walked through Windmere, reconnecting with each spot that had witnessed the blossoming of their bond, a plan began to form, a plan to weave their dreams into a single tapestry. Perhaps, just perhaps, they could find a way to blend their worlds, their loves, and their lives into one. As the summer sun set, painting the sky in strokes of gold and crimson, Ellie and Jonah knew the decision lay before them, ripe as the cherries above, ready to be plucked or to fall untended. As the leaves in Windmere turned to fiery hues of orange and red, Ellie and Jonah faced the unfolding season with a blend of anticipation and resolve. Their summer reunion, warm yet shadowed by uncertainty, gave way to a shared vision during the crisp autumn months. Together, they decided to transform Ellie's family flower shop into something new, a gallery and cafe that celebrated both botanical beauty and photographic art. The space was redesigned to intertwine Ellie's vibrant paintings with Jonah's evocative photographs, creating a haven for lovers of art and nature alike. They named it Canvas and Petals, a place where coffee brewed amidst the aroma of fresh flowers and art spoke of places both seen and imagined. As they worked side by side, their collaboration turned the seeds of their dreams into reality. The gallery opened to the public with the first leaves of fall, and it quickly became a cultural nexus in Windmere. Visitors were drawn not only to the art and ambience, but also to the story of Ellie and Jonah, two artists whose love and talents had merged to create something unique. Through the busy days of managing Canvas and Petals, Ellie and Jonah discovered a new rhythm to their relationship. They learned to balance their personal aspirations with their shared goals, finding that their love did not just survive the challenges of distance and difference, but thrived on them. Each day brought deeper understanding and renewed commitment to their joint venture and to each other. One evening, as they closed the shop together, Ellie took Jonah to the now bare cherry tree where they had first made their promise. The air was cool and the garden quiet, save for the rustling of the autumn leaves. Under the skeletal branches, Ellie pulled out a small, hand-bound book. It was a collection of their letters, sketches, and photographs, memories from the months they had spent apart, now bound together as a testament to their journey. Handing the book to Jonah, Ellie spoke of how their love, like the seasons, had its times of growth and dormancy, yet each phase was essential for renewal. Jonah, moved by her words and the book's symbolism, realized that this was not just a chronicle of their past but a blueprint for their future. As they embraced under the dimming light, the wind whispered through the branches, carrying away the last of the leaves. Ellie and Jonah understood that their story, woven from strands of dreams and reality, had taught them the beauty of resilience and the strength found in unity. The final chapter of autumn was not an end but a beginning. Canvas and petals flourished. Becoming more than a business, it became a community, a meeting place for those who cherished the artistry in nature and the nature of art. And as for Ellie and Jonah, their love, rooted deeply in shared dreams and watered by mutual respect, promised to endure through many more seasons to come, each one an opportunity to explore new landscapes of the heart.